we got, is McJuggerNuggets transphobic? All right. Now, some background to this story, right? Emily Saxton used to be a very good friend of McJuggerNuggets. They go by Swift online. That's how you may know them. And basically, right, she is transgender, obviously, okay? Now, when she first started working for McJuggerNuggets, however, she was not transgender, right? Now, basically, he's being accused of being, like, super fucking, like... He's being accused of outing her to kid behind the camera and also fucking being just an overall asshole and being transphobic, right? So this is her initial call-out tweets. Somebody sent this. I'm just speechless. Swear here publicly dead-naming transgender people at McJuggerNuggets, stopping yourself halfway through my last name, but also dead-name me to confuse me with the serial killer who skinned and ate gay men.
I did start watching the how do you say it? Jeffrey Dahmer. He did start.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know how recent this was, but he does very clearly dead name her. I don't know, bro. He's kind of just being an asshole. I don't really care about that much, right? And also, like, Emily has been like kind of like, oh, he's been like comparing me to Jeffrey Dahmer who killed and ate gay people. I don't think it's because you're gay, Emily. I think, or you're not. Sorry, I don't think it's because you're trans, Emily. I think it's because Jeffrey Dahmer. You guys just have the same dead name, right? Like, I don't know. Another moment here, using the most masculine clip of me when you have outdated footage from when I worked for you after I publicly came out about my transition. I mean, like, you can see it in here. It's like, that was her before she transitioned. I mean, that's shitty. I can understand why she'd be upset, right? But I wouldn't go as far to say, like, oh, McJuggerNuggets is super fucking transphobic for this, right? She then says, I publicly defended you in the past about not being transphobic on your subreddit just to protect you. I've stayed quiet for way too long. The hurtful things you have said to me during the most vulnerable time of my life while living with you is something I'll never forget. The amount of emotional damage you caused me left me in a lot of pain and suffer. Damn. I mean, I'm not going to lie, bro. It just kind of sounds like he was, like, mean to you. And I mean, it sucks if he was mean to you, right? But you should have just said something about, like, hey, I'm not really comfortable with this joke. And then if he continued after that, then it would have become, like, inappropriate, right? I never was going to come out and say anything, but after this, I'm done staying quiet. Dude, what the fuck is on my camera? Why am I... There we go. There we go. Now I can look you in the eye. Sorry. So this was Jesse's response.
Hey guys, it's come to my attention that a few people have decided to speak out against me for some reason.
Also, Boogie and another person spoke out, right? So yeah, I figured that's the few people he's talking about.
I see everything going on. I see my former camera person, Emily or Swift, say that all this very audacious, slanderous shit that
I mean, to be fair, she wasn't just her camera person. From my understanding, you guys were pretty good friends, right? So
I abused her and torment, and that I'm purposely, like, using masculine clips. And a joke I made about Jeffrey Dahmer and Jeffrey Saxton. So, yeah, it was a joke. I've joked about Swift. I mean, Swift watching this, you could have just hit me up privately, but of course you make it public.
I mean, did she not, though? Like, that's my main problem with Swift, right? Like, she should have, like, talked, like, because normally, right, I'm all about, like, it's super gay when people are like, oh, you should have talked to me privately, right? But, like, this is literally a private matter. They should be talking privately about it, right? Like, I feel like that's a completely reasonable request to be made, right?
And
especially considering they were such good friends, right? Like, I don't know.
Try to deplatform me after I've helped you with everything in your life and been one of your biggest supporters. So to do this is pretty fucked up. And the other people jumping in on the bandwagon, it's pretty fucked too, after I've always tried to do my best with everybody. But it was literally a joke. Swift and I have been friends for 6 years, and it's always been, like, shooting jokes. Swift made a million jokes too.
Yeah, see, like, I don't know, bro. Like, if Swift really had, like, this big of a problem with the jokes that were being made, she should have talked to him privately, right? Like, I don't know. I really wouldn't go as far to say that McJuggerNuggets is, like, super transphobic. But also, fuck McJuggerNuggets because he made a shit-ass platform in Storyfire. Storyfire fucking sucks. Yeah.
Fucking care what
I love going schizo, guys.
The jokes are. It's all in good fun. It's, you know, boys will be boys, or how it was back then. Obviously, she's transitioned now, and I've supported that. And Swift knows that. We've had a lot of conversations, and yes, it's been hard for me to grapple with, Jeff becoming Emily, but that is the reality of it. And we've had those conversations. I've never acted differently to Swift's face. I've actually told her, hey, I'm concerned about your mental health and going through with this and all this. But me saying Jeffrey Dahmer, Jeffrey Saxon, it's a joke because we've played into the bits over the videos for years. Oh, Swift's a serial killer. It wasn't about Jeffrey.
I mean, she probably didn't like the jokes though, right? I don't know, man.
Or the dead naming stuff. It was about a serial killer. Because Swift would give me creepy vibes in videos like, nah, Peter Griffin laugh. And I'm like, yeah, it's fucking serial killer vibes. And Swift would play into it. And then we'd make fucking stupid jokes together. So to take it fucking publicly and act like all this other shit's going on. And to use a clip of you when you were masculine. What are you talking about? Swift, that's how you were. Everyone knows you as Swift when you filmed for me.
I mean, bro, I don't know, man. Like, you definitely could have used a newer clip. I'm just going to say that, man. Because, I mean, she's not that person anymore, right? And it's not transphobic, but probably disrespectful.
It's not transphobic. Everyone running with transphobic shit. You lived in my house for a long-ass time. I let you move in, and you worked for me. What is happening?
All right, so that was his response right there. So Emily then posts this, my final state. They also had a little argument on the Keemstar show. I didn't want to comb through that because it's long as shit, right? But if you guys want to go watch that, go watch that. I stand by the tweet calling out the clip where I was dead named and compared to a serial killer. Everyone who has seen it knows that it wasn't a joke. Really? I think that is by definition a joke. I don't know. Especially when it stopped halfway through my last name and then onto the last name of a serial killer. I don't know, bro. Like, it was kind of shitty, but I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as I keep repeating myself. Holy shit. For those that don't know, dead naming is the act of referring to a transgender or non-binary person by the name they used prior to transitioning, such as their birth name. Dead naming may be accidental or an intentional attempt to deny or mock and invalidate a person's gender identity. Nicholas Diorio moment. But no, and I 1000 believe that it was intentional. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, it seems like you guys are pretty good friends, and like you never like told him to stop making these jokes. So why would he have stopped, right? Like he obviously didn't know it upset you this much. Like, you should have definitely communicated that, right? And I 1000% believe this was intentional. You don't just stop halfway through my last name, Saxton, and add, I mean, Dahmer, especially when it's a Netflix series you've been watching. Cool. Jesse and I haven't been friends for months, so making a joke at my expense on a public platform during a public live stream, I've had every right to call out a public platform. Okay, you guys, like, I don't know, I guess you guys haven't been friends for months, but like, what does that mean? Did you guys have a falling out? Like, if you guys had a falling out and he was just like, I mean, I guess if it wasn't a joke, then he's just being a dick, right? Like, I don't know. And like, you've never had a problem with him saying these things in the past before, obviously, right? So like, why would it be a huge problem now? I've had every right to call it out on a public platform, especially such a joke that absolutely tasteless and hurtful to me. Well, you should have communicated that to him. I don't know what to tell you. I wasn't trying to deplatform you, as you put it. I mean, yeah, that's true. He's like going with this like gay narrative that like Swift like tried to deplatform him. That's very obviously not what happened. She just like called him out. Just because you're calling someone out doesn't mean you want them fucking nuked from every platform. Okay, these like two very different things. I was calling you out for what you said. And you know I was wrong for you. Wait, I was calling you out for what you said, and you know it was wrong for you to do so. This isn't me weaponizing the trans debate from your four friends. This is them sticking up for what's right. Last night, we both said yes to box each other in 2023 while on Keemstar's podcast, Super Bass, and that's something I will stick to on my end. To my friends, I thank you for sticking up for me in this situation. Your support publicly and privately has meant a lot to me. To the fans, I'm sorry you all had. I'm sorry you. Holy shit! I'm sorry you had to see this all unfold. I had to call it. I appreciate the support and love those have shown, those who've seen it, and those who was. Thank you. So I mean, yeah, basically, yeah. So that was her statement. Then we got Jesse's statement. It's fucking long as shit, of course. My final thoughts. I moved Emily into my house. I lived with her. I gave her a job. I had her in videos, talked to her daily, and always supported her. I was her friend, and this full well knowing she was trans. How the fuck is that transphobic? I mean, you can still be transphobic while like living with someone, right? Like, I don't know, maybe she felt like trapped by this, right? Because like, I don't know if she ever like tried to, I mean, I guess that is a possibility, right? But she felt like trapped by Jesse because like, you know, she lived with him, she like, that was her source of income. Like, I can understand like feeling trapped, right? I don't know, but like, then again, she hasn't communicated that, so it's not right for me to speculate. There was times where we had real talks. I consoled her. I feel like I'm the only person in her life that actually gave a fuck and wanted to tackle the hard shit. Everyone else didn't care enough or were just too scared to have a conversation. Was I frustrated sometimes? Did I miss my boy? Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of disrespectful. I don't... You would too. I mean, I can understand that, but like, you don't need to communicate that to her, right? Like, you can just... That's something you keep to yourself. I don't know, bro. Like... Swift was one of my closest friends for years, been through the ringer, yet suddenly there's a change up, which mind you, the speaking out doesn't take place when things are good. It happens when she's been out of my circle for 6 months. Yeah. I mean, yeah, true. Funny how it works. The sad part is that my favorite thing about our friendship is that we could always joke with each other. Apparently not anymore. That's just not the same. So yeah. For those unaware, Swift and I had a long history. She has screwed me over many times in the past, made inappropriate comments to me and my girlfriend. Went by my back. I watched the Keemstar debate. She did not make inappropriate comments to you and your girlfriend. That is complete bullshit. Basically, like, she said, like you I fucking hate McJuggerNuggets, right? She's like, oh, we had this like joking culture in our friendship, right? So it was probably good for us to make these jokes. And then like Emily made a joke about being able to hear them while having sex, and he's like taking that as like sexual harassment. Emily at one point asked his girlfriend where she got her top, and like Jesse took that as like harassment, right? Like it's such fucking bullshit that I shouldn't even have to say that, right? Like, I don't know. She has done shady, clout-driven shit for years. The list goes on, and yet I've never publicly done or said anything. I never do, because even if I'm wronged, I still protect our public-facing relationship out of respect. I've given her second chance after second chance. Despite my better judgment, I've helped her go through her darkest times with suicidal thoughts, her demons, etc. You joke about serial killer shit all the time. Swift to be a killer clown with a shotgun or hiding behind my booth here laughing, creep us out. So, I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I just don't care about, like... I just don't give a fuck that Jessie made that joke, right? Like, that, I don't think it was transphobic, and I think it's like that's one of her weaker arguments. I don't know why she's running with that, like, as proof he's transphobic. Jokingly putting peanut butter on... I'm not reading that. All right. In real life, Swift would make jokes about slipping estrogen into her food or other fucked up shit. Like, you just said we always made jokes, and then you're complaining about her making a joke, right? I don't know. She called me Harvey Weinstein regularly. Who is an actual known racist? I've seen like a worse joke than Dahmer, but no, it's all fair game. It's actually funny as hell to me because it's absurd. Swift's obviously not eating human hearts and skinny people as far as we know, but that's what makes it comedy. So to act holier than thou after all the fucked up shit you've said in your life is laughable. Oh my god. Also, you can't just conveniently erase your entire past and act like you never happened for 25 years. It was Jeffrey, a name which I never used once since you became Emily, except for one offhand joke because of damning accusations. On principle, it's wrong that you can cherry pick the past shit I've done and say I can't acknowledge your past. I'm not using your name maliciously. Apparently, I can't even mention anything pre-transition, which is fucked up because that's how the main audience knows you. I mean... It's just disrespectful, right? Like, I don't... It's definitely not... Okay, like, it's not transphobic to, like, reference some... Like, a trans person's past when they were a man, right? But, like, it can definitely be disrespectful. And from what I've seen, it was a bit disrespectful, right? Again, the Dahmer joke only works because you guys used to share the same name and the audience knew you as the crazy and goofy Saxton. I wasn't coming at you now. I was making you a referential joke for my audience, talking about the same deranged devil worshiper kid we pushed through a mirror. By all means, play hypocrite. As you use your old name every day on your channel, it's plastered all over your old videos, not deleted, but of course, they are okay because you have views and money from them. I mean, I doubt she's getting views and money from them to this day, but whatever. How you doing, fam? Subscribe to Saxton Vlogs day in and day out for years. Obsessed with you and your name. We all knew. I mean, Like, that was years of work, though, right? She's not gonna delete years of work just because it has her old name. I don't know, dude. Like, she doesn't have to delete it, but then, like, she doesn't have to reference it, right? Like, I don't know. We all knew you as that. I knew that kid for 5 years. Suddenly, it's Emily. I've always been empathetic. It's a process. It doesn't change overnight. So if you want empathy, empathize with the fact that my brain still sees you as a kid more often than not. Again, like, that's kind of disrespectful. I don't know. And I'm sure a majority of the audience still thinks of you like that as well. Cut us some fucking slack here. So to suddenly act outraged over a stupid serial killer joke I made in the background of my girlfriend's baking stream, post like like World War III and nuclear symbols, as if I'm some Call of Duty game, then go full-blown character assault. It's very clear what your intentions were. What a joke. Creators have reached out to me privately saying that you asked them to talk out against me. Guilt tripped them. Guilt tripped. They're not going to say it, nor else, God forbid, they're mixed into the slander. And then to make it into drama alert with a hit piece videos calling it way too fucking far. I mean, I don't know, dude. I was trolling about a boxing match on the stream, and you genuinely wanted to fight, which shows you all about the clout. By all means, do more pad ads for your tweets or TikTok bot followers, lol. Dude, oh shit, bro. Dude, mega cringe right here for McJuggerNuggets. Fuck you, McJuggerNuggets, bro. I want to see this fucking boxing match, and you're cucking me, okay, dude? Why don't you fight Emily? Are you scared? You fucking pussy? Fight Emily right now. That would be... It'd be so fucking funny. Do it right now, you fucking pussy-ass bitch. Come on. I mean, and she's a woman, too, so it should be... You cannot casually and publicly say you were abused while working for me. It's a fucked up allegation, and you know it is defamation, not to mention bullshit using transphobia claims as a canceling mechanism. All these words and tactics were used as a power trip, attention grabbers. This type of shit ruins careers, and if it affects my business, I will not hesitate to seek damages from you. It's fucked up, turning years of genuine friendship into a mockery and damn tabloid piece. To finish, oh, jeez. If it was truly about Dahmer, Swift would have hit me up privately, and actually, the Swift I've known the whole time wouldn't have cared. It was for publicly, point blank. It always is. If she wanted to resolve, it wouldn't be on Twitter. Instead, she wanted to blow me out of the water. After everything we've been through, you tried to cancel me and turn everyone against me. It's fucked up, and I'll never forgive you for it. I have no interest in ever talking to you again. I have no interest in talking to Swift again. I have no intentions of ever mentioning you again. I feel the same way with a lot of goons who piggyback off this shit. A lot of two-faced, bitter-ass people in the industry. So, I mean, I guess he's talking about Kid Behind the Camera and Boogie 1088. Despite me always being good to them, I can't trust you, and I can't joke with you. You're no friend of mine, and that has been proven year over year. Keep your circle tight and keep an eye on all the white knights who spoke out. Lord knows they're perfect. Haha, karma's a bitch. Lastly, and most importantly, thank you to everyone who has been on my back. The fans and creators privately and publicly who supported me. You're real ones, and I won't forget it. But everyone else, side of the door says fuck off. Damn. So yeah, I guess closing thoughts. McJuggerNuggets was probably a bit disrespectful, but not transphobic. I feel like Emily should have handled this privately, and it would have been significantly less gay. And yeah, that's kind of all I had to say, bro. Lol.